income tax for all individuals and corporations and everybody by doing that. Now, back before 1913, when the Federal Reserve Act was created, the federal government operated off of import duties and customs duties and franchise taxes. There wasn't no income tax. So why don't we take them back to the same road? And if we eliminate the income tax and say, then all goods coming to the United States should be hit with a tariff that would be exactly equal to what it would cost to manufacture in the United States and exactly equal to what it was in China or wherever. But that duty would make it neutral, so that then you could say, well, you want to continue buying from China? You can, but there's a 50% duty on it. All right, that means that the CEOs of these companies are going to say, well, we don't have to pay all those duties. Let's bring our factories back to the United States. Now that's going to create jobs. And there'll be more jobs if we did that, if we immediately imposed, first of all, we need to get completely out of the United Nations, get completely out of the New World Order, World Trade Organization, need to nullify all free trade agreements and tell everybody in the world that we, from here on, we will do business with you on a 50-50 basis. If you want to sell us $1 billion worth of goods, you got to buy $1 billion worth of goods that are made in the United States. That's all right. I mean, that'll work. And through all of these things that I call patriotism, we can, and it's just sort of dreaming, but it's all possible. We can get back to the point where it won't be a utopia, but it'll be as close to utopia as you will ever experience in your life. You don't have an income tax. You can even have government financed health care, all paid for by duties and franchise taxes. And if your children are not sent out to be killed and maimed and have lifelong mental problems because of the wars, you can't hardly get any better than that. So by nationalizing the Federal Reserve and the federal banks and monetizing our debt and doing these other things, we could completely eliminate the income tax. We need to then recreate a real Bill of Rights, and particularly in the financial area. When you borrow money from a mortgage company, let's say you borrow $100,000, typically you'll pay $221,000 back. One of the things that I propose that, and also in the repayment schedule, the amortization schedule, let's say a $100,000 loan at 6.25% for 5 years, the payments would be $615 a month for 360 months. Through the 180 payments, that'd be $82,600 in interest. Now, the first payment is 85% interest. The 51st payment is 80% interest. And you don't reach 50% interest and 50% premium until you 228th payment of 360 payments. So what I'm proposing is every payment made on every loan, whether it's a car loan or personal loan or a mortgage or whatever, must be 50% interest and 50% turn to principal. And course, they won't like that, and it'd be more difficult to get loans, but maybe we shouldn't have all these loans so easy to get. If it's real easy to plunk down a credit card and buy something you'd like, if you didn't have that credit card and you didn't have the money in your pocket, you'd say, well, I'll save up some money and I'll buy it later. But, and I'm guilty of that. So, and the Glass-Steagall Act was also repealed on November 12, 1999. And that allowed, the Glass-Steagall Act prevented financial institutions from being involved in more than one activity. If you're going to loan money, that's what you do, but you can't also sell insurance, or you can't also sell stocks and bonds, commodities. But when they repealed the Glass-Steagall Act, that allowed them to do anything that they wanted to. And so there are many reasons why all the banks, if we hadn't stepped in, almost all of the big banks would have failed. Local banks would have been all right, because local banks generally have stockholders in the community and they have good lending practices. But they need to reinstate the Glass-Steagall Act and make it stronger, so that if you want to be in loaning money, that's all you can do. If you want to sell insurance, that's all you can do. But you can't mix them. All right, let's look at jobs. Last reported unemployment rate was 10.2%. It's actually, if you count everybody they've used up all of their unemployment insurance, and those that are underemployed or those that are in part-time, the unemployment rate is probably somewhere between 18 and 20%. So we need to do something about that. And I've already talked about creating tariffs at the borders. And also we need to finish the fence on the border of Mexico. They're 20 feet high with razor concertina wire all across the top, and have all these troops that we brought back from overseas patrol regularly, so that we stop illegal immigration, we stop the bringing in of drugs, and we stop guns going across into Mexico, and a lot of things. But not only that, but we also have to inspect every container that comes in the United States. If they were to check 100% every container coming out of Mexico, just most conservative guess would be that 1 out of 10 is full of cocaine. Nobody checks them. Not one container is checked at the border or at any seaport. So they say, well, that would slow down commerce. Well, maybe that will create jobs here. If the goods can't come in, or it takes 4 to 6 weeks for a container to clear the customs, you might say, well, maybe I ought to make it in the United States. And that would create jobs. Just by legal immigration, the persons obtaining legal permanent resident status in the year 2008 was 1,107,000 people legally. And the average for the last 10 years is 1,019,000 people come into the United States legally every year. And there's probably something like 30 million illegal people in the United States. They say 12, but it's probably more like 30. So now they say, well, how do you going to get them back into Mexico. Well, there's an answer